Gap up on open. 74.10 open. So the straddle, I gotta adjust. It's up another 5 points. Still 60-point straddle today. Okay. Okay. Straddle 61 points still. The cap on the day is pretty defined, being 74.50. I think we rejected off that overnight. Pretty darn close to the gap fill. I like this down towards the gap fill, and I missed one opportunity this morning, which is unfortunate. NQ is looking pretty heavy here while IM's holding up. SpaceX is not available yet, even though today is the IPO. That's full gap fill. Beautiful 5-minute candle. That's to one side. The downside. 20 points. That's wild. Still hovering around 7,400 here. Thinking the range is probably 74.50, 73.50 in between there. Would like to see us come back up to 74.25 if we were to move up. SpaceX is official. Here, SPX candle and ES candle look substantially different. Red 74.10. 74.10 seems to be the cap here so far. If we break above 75.10, we'll probably head up towards 74.25 and then 74.40.50. Downside trigger 73.50 to 73.60. Just a guessing game here. I have no idea which side it's gonna go. Holding pretty good here. Oh, wow. There you go. What a run. 73.83. We should head up down towards the downside pivot, I think. What the heck happened there? Fixes up Trump. Iran leaked terms do not match written agreement. Of course not. Why would they? Love to see the downside tested here. Hey, Koshik. Oh, he just mentioned that Iran leaked the terms, and Trump said they do not match the written agreement that he had presented them. Which I guess that's the reason why we're moving lower right now. What's interesting is that off the 2-hour chart was probably my favorite candle setup. You get the 1-hour naked POC here on NQ that we rejected off of, ticked almost perfectly. And then for ES, hang on, let me show. Yeah, for NQ, hang on, let's watch this sweep here. Let's see where it goes. Good sweep there. That 1 minute candle is almost 10 points. I wanted to see VIX jump a little bit higher towards 20. NQ did not sweep, so there's a decent SMT there. I tried to mess around yesterday and gave back some of my gains on this Tradeify account, which kind of sucks. I'm back at neutral for the week on the Tradeify account. Let me see. I forgot that I'm not connected here. Wait a second. Actually, don't know why I can't connect it right now. Okay, VIX is still coming up here, so I don't really want to play reversal off that yet. Looking at VIX, maybe a potential move towards 20. I have way too many windows open. Can't figure out where I currently have a NinjaTrader connection. Brutal. What the heck is happening? Why can't I log in? Okay, I'm gonna give up right now. I just yeah, just have to take my word that the Tradeify account is back to neutral on the week. Whatever profits I made yesterday were gone as I tried to get a little bit closer to passing the account, but I took a poor trade, in my opinion. Okay, you took a loss. Did you take the sweep long on the 943 candle potentially? Gotcha. The 943 candle, to me, the volume wasn't quite high enough above the average. Let me check what my average is first before I say anything. The average, moving average, volume average period is 15 for me for some weird reason. I wonder if yours is the same. Okay. Yeah. Considering I copied the code direct from Tradeovate and asked Claude to just transfer it over to TradingView. Yeah, it didn't seem to me that would normally trigger your alert at 943 because the candle, though it was a bull candle, it didn't surpass your average. But mind you, it's still the morning. So the morning obviously is high volume, so the average is a little bit more skewed. Oh, I see. Yours is. Interesting. Mine was not, oddly enough. A little bit of SMT here. I might... if the 5-minute closed favorably, I may... Oh boy, I don't think I can do this. On NQ, it looks good. But I don't think yeah, I might not try this. It's not... Screw it. I'm just going to give it a shot and see how it goes. I don't love it. It's not a level that I really... Oh, I like the I like it on NQ a little bit better, but I think I'm gonna get wicked out here. Depends how choppy we're gonna be. I don't know. I wanted to see like 73.50 on SPX. It's quite a bit lower from here. We have 10 a.m. news. Oh, is it the sentiment report? Yeah, or... Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get taken out here. Not my favorite trade, but... What the heck? I still can't figure out why I can't connect my Ninja Trader. Or not my Ninja Trader, my Trading View with my Tradeovate account. Because this should show my trade, but what the heck? Can't figure out what tab has a duplicate. Just a wee bit more, come on. VIX coming down. This is good. I'm still a little biased to the downside, so I'm a bit worried here. Thinking about moving to break even. We're taking profit. It was just supposed to be a minor scalp. Yeah, I was a little worried about this, mainly because of where NQ is at. NQ can't hold up here. Okay, let me figure out what's wrong with this. I'm not really paying attention to my trade at the moment. I'm trying to figure out trying to troubleshoot my problem on TradingView. Very annoying. But I got my stop loss set, so it's defined. Come on. What the heck? I have to restart my trading view? There's a connection somewhere. You like 930 highs as a reasonable TP? I'm probably not going to take it to there. I'm actually really close to moving it to break even now. I was just going to take, I was going to try to take value area low. I take profit around 90 to 95 ES. Currently it's set to 90. But I may cut out a little early here. My mind is not into it. It's really bothering me. I can't figure out what the hell's wrong with this. Okay, I'm gonna cut it there on the 5-minute ADMA on SPX. Now I gotta troubleshoot this problem. Okay, what is my problem here? You think there's a chance we hit 9 a.m. highs, eh? 9:30 a.m. highs. I really wanted to see quite a bit lower, like 73.50 around there. But that could be wrong. Like, that was just me. $73.65. Vol signals did mention $73.65. $73.65. Yeah, I think we bounced off $73.65. Amazing. Okay. Is there a reason why? Sorry, Koshik. I didn't realize I didn't have my Trade8 connection established onto TradingView. It's really bothering me. I can't figure it out. And still going. I checked every tab and I couldn't figure it out. Did you get back into the trade, Koshik? I think it was off a 1 minute SMT. And hoping that the 5 minute would hold that candle where it was equal wicks to the top and the bottom of the candle. Just wish I had like a little bit better entry now that I'm looking back at it. Okay, I give up. I can't figure out why it's not working. Trading with this broker via multiple tabs is not possible. If you want to continue trading in this tab, please log out of the broker in another tab. But I don't have another tab open. Okay, I think I got it running. That should work a little better. Oh, that was a pain in the butt. A waste of time. Yeah, it looks like we went right to VWAP. Nice, good trade. Well, you entered that one where 73.81. Well done. Well done. Good hold, I'd say. Right to VWAP. Which is right around POC too. I mean, if this thing wants to go up, it can totally go up. I just wanted to see a little bit lower, but maybe my read was incorrect. Yeah, that was a really good re-entry. I think my entry was probably around 73. And even then, I was hoping for a better entry. But yeah, looks like your 9:30 prediction was correct. NQ reached 9:30 a.m. highs. Yeah, I see. Yeah, I like the sweep. I didn't see SMT until around 9:49, which is why I was having a hard time entering after the sweep. And I really wanted to see the 5-minute close. And I think once I saw the 5-minute close, that's when my head was like, okay, I really like the way NQ looks here. 5-minute close was decent. It just didn't have as good volume. Yeah, it does seem like it. And it's going now. So I probably should, well, if I left my TP at 90, it would have definitely hit. I just didn't trust the move because I was treating it as a scalp within range at best to POC, which would have been pretty high at 74.10. I just couldn't shake my bias. And on top of that, I think I was messing around with my trading view, trying to get it to work a little too much. One of the reasons why I also liked that was the peak gamma zone. We were pretty close to the peak gamma zone and we got a divergence there. And I really like that for an entry, especially if the 5-minute closes the way it did. Though without volume, but I was willing to give it a shot. There's a 9:30 a.m. highs on SPX. Okay, so what I was talking about earlier, prior to us entering a trade, or prior to the sweep, was that NQ hit the naked POC on the 1 hour, which is why this terminated red here, which is around 29,668. It's really close to an edge of the node, which I personally wanted to see. There was no SNT either that I can go off of. And then the ES hit an edge on the 1 hour chart. Now, one of the cool things about ES and NQ on a 2 hour chart, I was waiting for that one to close. At around like 8 a.m. it closed, but I had to do some other things that I had to take care of. So when I saw, like, I figured this candle might close like this or doji, but it'll close lower than this. And it happened. So I really wanted to play a short. If I was available and was on my computer, I definitely would have played a short. And the reason why also is because SPX hit 74.46 overnight, which is this high here. And because SPX hit 74.46, it was a large negative gamma level at 74.50. You can see here. Actually, you can probably see it on the daily one on the top right hand corner. That might be better. Yeah, 74.50. It kind of stuck out like a sore thumb, and thought that it was perfect for rejection, and the 2 hour closed the way it did. So it seemed like a good opportunity to go short, in my opinion. And then the 15-minute on top of that closed doji, and that closed doji right for the two hour candle close at 8 a.m. So to me, it was like a perfect opportunity to short, and I missed it, even though I was waiting for it. But my mind wasn't like, I wasn't at my desk, so for me it was a missed opportunity. I think by the time I came, it was like somewhere around 74.32, 33. So the stop loss would have been somewhere around 15 points, if not a bit more. So I was a bit concerned about that, and I wasn't sure how far down we would go. But the intent was we would get a gap fill this morning, because if we were hanging out at 74.45-ish on SPX prior to market open, I figured we were going to trickle down to be within the range of a gap fill or yesterday's close, which was 73.93, around here. That's how I like to think of, like, that's my thought process of how I would typically analyze a trade on whether to enter or not, and where the drawn liquidity is. It's very ICT, in my opinion, but just different entry models, I would say. The straddle was 60 points on open. And it has dropped to 55 points. was kind of surprised that the straddle was as high as it was going into the day, thinking that like the straddle should somewhere be around like 40 points if anything. So the market's still relatively uneasy. SPCX indicating an open around 175 to 180. That would put them around $2.3 trillion in value for SpaceX. Oh, there it is. Space exploration technology. No data. Worth more than Meta. And almost as much as Amazon. Pretty wild. When it doesn't turn a profit. $74.25 would be balance for the most part, which I think if we're going to try to push up, we're going to hang out around there for a little bit and then push up towards 74.50. I'd definitely try reversion trade off of 74.50 around there. What happened here? Why is this not working properly? My computer is just acting whack today, or anything that I use is acting whack today. Yeah, nothing here for me. I do want to see this run up though, and potentially set up another reversion play. It's so I'm not seeing anything here. I know. Yeah, I thought there was going to be some divergence, but nothing there. Not seeing much here yet. Just within the morning range. Higher in SPX, but nothing crazy. What did we do for the week? Here's Monday. We're up. Tuesday made a high, and we came back down. Wednesday was a bottom. And then you get some expansion back into the range earlier in the week. Weekly could look like bottom wick of some sort. Yeah, could look like a bottom wick on a weekly. Yeah, I think so. And then we'll see what happens there if we get some sort of SMT. Just trying to stay patient for the most part with all these weird technological issues. And things that just weren't going my way in the morning. And in the mistrade, I feel like I'm close to tilting, you know? Like I'm itching to trade now. But the 8 a.m. trade for me was the real missed opportunity, in my opinion. And then not holding that trade. From the overnight low sweep. This should just inch up on SPX or ES. Yeah, this should just inch up on SPX or ES. Hate the way the 15-minute candle looks, but I think like I'm not taking any trades here. Alma Centroid today is up at 7444 on SPX, so about 30 points more. Give me one sec, Kosha. I gotta step away from the computer for a second. Okay, I'm back. Seems like we're just gonna range between like this gamma peak and gamma trough zone. That's what I'm anticipating. One is influenced by 74.50. The other might be influenced by 74 or 73. 73. 73. 50. No, that's not right. The other one's not as clean. Today, Team Canada is playing in the World Cup. I forget what time though. I think it's like around 3 p.m. So I might, I'll definitely have to cut my day short to watch that. But I think I also have to run some errands. Do you watch soccer or any sports at all? Maybe it's called football there. I think it's called football everywhere except North America, where they call it soccer. Team Canada's playing FIFA World Cup. So yeah, they're playing football, soccer, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, wondering if you watch any sports. Yeah. I could have guessed that. Well, I remember all my Indian friends in high school. Um, they would make such a big deal whenever India goes against Pakistan, and it was like a world event, bigger than Olympics, bigger than a World Cup. Oh no, that sucks. So then who's the main competitor then? Who's the rival? There's a bit of SNT there, and then I think that 1036 candle would have been your bear entry if you had wanted it. Oh, the Aussies, godly. And New Zealand? That's intense. Coming down pretty good here. Especially after that SMT. 5 minute candle there was like a top wick with high volume. I was looking at it, but for whatever reason, I just thought it was like a pullback before we head up higher. But yeah, anything within this range, I would just scalp, and I wouldn't be holding for like liquidity or anything like that. Yeah, did you like that short any did you like that short at all? I mean, the only thing that I had to go by was the SMT. I don't think anything else. If you believe in downside, I guess it was like a breaker retest or something along those lines. Like a swing low retest. Break and retest. Honestly, I didn't love it. Yeah, I'm with you. If it is something that well, one, I didn't want to risk 10 points on an in-between range. And on the 5-minute, if you entered right when the 5-minute close is, you're looking at about a 10-point stop loss already. Just something I didn't want to try. Even though the SMT and the volume there on that candle suggested, yeah, we might go lower. Like this could be one of those continuation plays. Yeah, well, I wouldn't say like fluke, but it's hard to repeat it, right? Like it was like one of those discretionary plays and you're like, SMT, and it could be a continuation play had you believed in further downside. But yeah, I completely agree with you. It's like within range. But I really wanted to see higher. Value area high rejection? Yeah. Value area high rejection seems very reasonable. And then SMT off the value area high rejection. I don't know. I didn't love it. Sometimes I don't even notice the value area high and value area low, which is kind of sad. I wish I did notice that one. But again, I didn't want to risk 10 points on this trade. It just didn't seem high probability. $10.17, $10.17, $10.17. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're right. But I think the one difference is we didn't get SMT there. So when I saw the 1036 candle do that top wick, you got the bear indicator. You wait for the 5-minute to close at 1040. It closed at 1040. You get higher volume top wick off of a value area high and SMT between ES and NQ. But I agree, it's like more of a discretionary kind of trade. Like it's not I don't think it's like super repeatable, and I don't think it's gonna go for like the lower end, like low of day. Like at best, I probably would have went to VWAP and POC, which would have been a 1R trade. At best. I don't think I would have been able to aim for value area low there. Like the targets, like that's not typically what I like to target anyways. But for a scalp, seems reasonable just for POC. The other thing was NQ, the POC was where that 5-minute had closed and that SMT occurred, but so NQ just didn't have much. Maybe VWAP, but yeah. Like I'd have to come up with my own trading strategy just for this particular entry. Spirit of Friendship, Israel to install Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. I can't pronounce this. This is brutal. Sorry for butchering it. In a big city. Spirit of Friendship. So wait, what's the point that Israel's trying to make, you think? Ah, I remember that. I remember a dude that used to call himself the modern day Maharaja. And I think it was from WWE. Yeah, check that out. And just like that, we're headed higher. I'm not sure on what news, but just Val. Just Val? That was way too fast for Val. Insane. I didn't see a long entry there, but I do like it to the upside. All right, there's the news. Iran's foreign minister. The Islamabad Memorandum of Understanding has never been closer. What? Oh, the MOU. Okay, okay. So that's in line with what Trump is saying. Yeah. I see value area low. I think we're likely to bust out now. Oh yeah, we are already busting out on ES. 1,000 tick. Pending its finalization, the media should refrain from entering speculation about its content. In line with our responsible and transparent approach, all details will be shared with the public. This is like one of the few times that it seems like this is the first time Iran kind of agreed with Trump, or seemed to have agreed. Before it was like Trump saying something and then Iran would come out and say, hey, that's not true. Both Iran and Israel have good relationships with India. That's an interesting read. Very interesting take. It seems that everybody wants peace during like some major world events, i.e. the Olympics. Like they wait for after the Olympics to be done to do anything, or they won't do anything prior to the Olympics. So this kind of reminds me of what's happening right now. Like what's happening right now reminds me of that. Because the FIFA World Cup is in the US, Mexico, and Canada this year. And it's a major world event for the soccer-loving or football-loving countries. And Iran's playing in it. US is playing in it. And the strike that they apparently ordered yesterday, they didn't, they canceled that because, well, because Mexico was set to kick off yesterday at 3, I think. Like that was the first day of the official event. Or maybe it was 2 days ago that that we got news. No, it was yesterday. That's why we rocketed like crazy yesterday. We rocketed right around 1 o'clock. Okay. Getting close here. Trump absolutely hates India and Indians, but he posts tweets that India is a great country and PM Modi is his best friend, because when people ask AI what's the relationship between US and India, then it says it is all good. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm expecting both NQ and ES to kind of sweep here. I want to see a test of 50-55 on SPX. What are the chances that ES stops short while NQ sweeps? Like, NQ has to sweep here. ES looks like it also has to sweep. A sweep would be about 6 points higher. But I think we were only 3 points away from the centroid, Alma centroid. No sweep yet. 50-55, 50-55. Come on, don't reject the peak, the gamma trough here. This has got to sweep. Why I'm already swept? VP Vance. I'm seeing a lot of fake information about a potential deal to reopen the Strait and end Iran's nuclear weapons program. First, the Iranians are not receiving any cash, and no funds are being released for simply signing a deal or attending a meeting. They must control the narrative in order to make it through midterms. Yeah, that's true. AI does train on online posts. Come on, hurry up and just sweep. Oh, if it leaves it short, I'm gonna be really bothered here. Wow. So I wanted to play a reversion off the centroid, but the centroid was like a few points higher and I did not enter. Should have paid attention to, or gave more weight to the OptionsDepth gamma trough, which we're at right now. I mean, if NQ swept, it would have been even better. We would have got like a nice SNT. Interesting observation. Okay, VIX is coming down pretty good here. Very slow here. $74.50, $74.55. 74.50. You done for today? Yeah. That's fair. I'm still watching this here to see if there's an opportunity that comes up. I need something from SPX or ES. I mean, I don't mind shorting here, but stop loss is going to hurt. And it's not quite where I want it yet. I want a little bit higher. I'm going to see 74.45, 74.50, maybe even a push to 74.55 on SPX. Currently, we're sitting at 74.40. 38, actually. 39. Like, I want to see potentially 29,716-ish, 720-ish. Potentially reject on NQ if we should head up higher. But this looks like we're hitting a wall of some sort. Sometimes everything lines up, other times it doesn't line up for me with other indicators. Yeah, NQ is already starting to reject. We might do the SMT here, but VIX is not telling me anything here. I do really like that gamma trough though. Glad I was very patient there. One thing, Ninja Trader has already rolled over to the next contract. I didn't, but it tried to push it on me. And then trading view will likely be on Monday or Tuesday. I forget what the date was. Yeah, I think this thing, I feel like it's gonna bust through. I'm not in any trade right now, but I'm looking for a reversion trade. Still nothing for me. Shadow price right now, 43, 44. 44 straddle price. It's pretty wild. Here's your continuation play. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything here. Low volume node here on NQ. We get a reversion. 555. Where are we right now? 65.56. Like a rejection there. It's not clean though. Nothing about this is clean. 74.60 would be much better. 5 more points up. For reject here, but I'm just not getting any indication. Well, the market's like lulling me to sleep today. I feel like I hit a wall. To try it off that 5-minute close. So pray for me a little. But this is not like a big short or anything like that. Like, I don't think it's gonna go far. I should be happy with 4.8. 4.8. That's if I can even get 4.8. Let's see. Out there. 10 points there. That takes my Lucid account to within 5 points. 5 ES points of passing this damn account. Yeah, I took the short after the 5 minute. Five-minute close. I kind of liked it on ES and NQ, just for like a pullback towards 5-minute ADMA or that 48 level on ES. Just in case this thing wants to run up some more. It was just a scalp. It was like, I didn't treat it as anything more than that. Like, I think my entry was 58.25. So my stop loss was about just under 4 points. And we got 10 points. So just over 2R. It looks like I left a few points off the table there. I should have actually entered that on my Tradeify account too. Oh well. Because I was looking at the positioning this morning. And I was looking at these two, 74.50, 74.55. I didn't enter at 74.50 because the candles didn't really suggest anything. And then once we got to 74.55, we started stalling there a little. And the 5 minute, like I like the edge of a cluster. And I think you can also see the edge of a cluster on the daily. Initially it was yellow, but 74.55 to 74.60 was like normally a decent short spot for me. Did something just hit the news tape again? No, nothing. Yeah, I definitely could have just held that. with a break-even stop loss and just hold to account pass. I didn't trust it enough though. NQ is also at the like a low volume LVN, low value node. I think this was like very discretionary kind of trade for me. But I like the way the 5-minute closed. It didn't have much volume. But like to me, it wasn't like an A+ trade. It was like a B+ trade. A few things lined up reasonably. But it wasn't one where I felt comfortable holding all the way down. Yeah, value area low would have been like the real target if I had some confidence in it. But also today I feel like my patience was a little off. So I'll take that and run with it. And then see if I can get a 5-point trade somewhere. Yeah, that was a good reversion. Holy cow, come on. I definitely did have an opportunity. I just didn't hold long enough. This should come back to 74, 30, 25-ish. Back to value area high. 15-minute ADMA there. Let's see if this starts holding up now. Around 74.25. We're not quite there yet, but This is nuts. There's nothing on like the higher time frame. 15 minutes. I didn't really like the look of any of the other candles that I saw. But it was a low value LVN, low value node on NQ. Seeing it on the 1 hour. I'm seeing it on the 1 hour volume profile. ES was all positioning in my opinion, but it lined up okay, so it was worth a shot. But now I have no idea where we go. Like, since yesterday, we pulled back, made a higher high, pulled back, make a lower low overnight, and then we made a higher high. And if we're gonna do a megaphone, we gotta come down to like 73.60. If we're gonna do a megaphone, and that was pretty much the shape on NQ too. It's higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and potentially higher low. Yeah, it's a good thing. Like, this is not your normal trade strategy either. Like, you're using it just in paper, correct? Mind you, I think you got like more than 10 points on that trade. 47, 57. Yeah, you got like almost 15 points on that trade, which is pretty awesome. I just didn't see the continuation. I really like the rejection off the well, I like the rejection off that 74.55 SPX level. Any cluster normally works out really nicely. But we should be back at like the balance zone, which is 74.25. And this level has been here since yesterday. Yesterday's close. 74.25 is balance. So that was 74.21. That was a low there. I wonder if this is the spot to try your continuation trade. If you're still long bias. I'm not confident in the long bias. There's like a few different things, especially the 5-wave megaphone pattern that I'm just kind of paying attention to here. So far we stayed within like the essentially 74.50, 74.55 down to 74 or 73.50. I was thinking that was kind of like the range defined for the day. $7,400 is also balance. If we should head down there. Looks like we're just running now. A few points away from VWAP on both ESN and Q. We're right back into the middle of the range. This is wild. But you called it. You called it a mean reversion kind of day, and so far it's been pretty good call. Back to POC on ES. Amazing. SpaceX opens at 1.96 trillion in market value in its NASDAQ debut. Shares last up 12% versus the $135 IPO price. Interesting. Do we have access yet? SPSX. Oh, there it is. Yeah, we do have access. It's just one candle that stretches from 150 all the way up to 163. Endpoint bounce off of POC here. And I see that POC 7410 bounce. That's already 20 points up. Beautiful. All right, I think I am done for today. I might come back and watch it later, but probably gonna have some lunch. And then, yeah. And then see if I can scrape 5 points somewhere to pass the Lucid account. Yeah, have a good one, Koshik. We'll see you Monday. Have a good weekend.